Zuckerberg thing, where it's like where he doesn't apparently I don't know the guy too well too personally, but like apparently he doesn't really wear like anything crazy or like Bill Gates too, like you never see him like. Well, I guess because they're old white guys.
That's true.
You wouldn't
look
see
at
them.
fucking was it Elon Musk?
Yeah. I don't know what's. But Elon Musk is different because for whatever reason.
I was gonna mention. I thought it was like a rich thing. Like once you get sort of to a certain point of money, you just stop caring about like what you wear and just start wearing basic colors and like basic clothes.
No, but Elon Musk.
That's
also,
what I'm saying.
Yeah, Elon Musk dresses like a fucking psychopath. He dresses like fucking Oscar's wet dream.
Bums me out that this is a fucking dream to dress like that.
That's his dream, just to dress like Elon Musk.
Yeah.
Well, the thing is, it's like how Mark Zuckerberg apparently just always wears really basic clothes. Even if he's doing like a presentation, he's wearing like a blue T-shirt and blue jeans and like running shoes, just because like he could not be bothered to have to like think, oh, what am I gonna wear today? How does this outfit work? Because it's like I'm too busy ruining everyone's privacy to care about what color fucking pants I wear today.
Right.
So it's like I have so much other stuff, and like that's what I had heard, that it's like you put it in perspective. Like imagine you're running Facebook, and now comparatively, like from when it first started to now, like the things that Facebook owns and that he owns. Imagine running these companies and being like the owner and like CEO of these fucking companies or whatever he is. I don't know if he's CEO. I just heard that term on TV.
It's a popular term, man.
Yeah, but imagine having like that much responsibility, and those are your business. It's like you can't even just like whatever, fucking have. It's like this is my company.
All right.
Why would I let it? Why would I just be like fuck it, whatever? Like Elon Musk, I know he's in charge of everything, but he definitely seems like whatever, fucking stupid.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, like but like Mark Zuckerberg just can't be bothered to be like I can't. I need clothes so I'm not naked outside. That's it. Because he's just such a fucking rich dude. And Bill Gates dresses the same as he did from fucking whenever he started whatever he does. I don't know what he does.
Why is every picture on the internet of Mark Zuckerberg the creepiest thing I've ever seen?
He's a robot created by Elon Musk.
Like even the picture where he's just taking like a selfie of himself, it's the creepiest thing I've ever seen.
It's weird because you would think like that he would have some sort of indication of how to like take a picture or how to be because of all the privacy he invades. But I don't know.
Yeah.
What a fucking weird dude. I wonder how it would be to have him like have a conversation with him, like a regular not just be like, oh, today I did buy stocks.
Nice.
I don't know what rich people do.
I don't know either, honestly.
Like what could you talk to Mark Zuckerberg about? Like what if you saw him, like let's say you're a terrorist. Okay, well not maybe that you're not a terrorist, but let's say you're in a situation where you're in a room with Mark Zuckerberg for I don't know, like an indefinite amount of time, as far like foreseeable future. Like you guys are stuck somewhere and you're like, okay, well, I don't really know what to do.
It's the whole stuck in an elevator with a celebrity thing.
Yeah. I guess.
You never heard of that?
No.
Oh, I just made it up.
Yeah. You're like classic scenario of being trapped
Stuck
in a room with Mark Zuckerberg.
Yeah.
Like a super specific, like that's such a classic fucking.
They talk about it in the forums. You ever heard of them?
Yeah, the Mark Zuckerberg stuck in an elevator.
The subreddit, yeah.
Yeah. Like what would you do if he was like if he's sitting there and he's just like that?
You see, there's a couple of celebrities, like notable
Losers.
people, notable people that I just would be uncomfortable full stop in an elevator and wouldn't be able to talk to them with like any topic at all.
Like Mark Zuckerberg.
Mark Zuckerberg's definitely
like,
on the top of that list.
Hello,
yeah.
hello. How are you doing today? And you're like, what the fuck?
Are you really a robot?
You rip the front of his face off and there's muscle and bone underneath because he's a
And
person.
it's John Travolta underneath.
Oh, cool. That'd be scary if you did. Like that'd be way scarier. You'd be like, what the fuck? You've been John Travolta this whole time, but he still sounds like a robot and he's still weird.
And you
Like
fill out
that.
that face into a robot? And then
Yeah.
you fill out the robot face and there's muscle underneath? Is that too far?
I guess that would make a lot. I think at some point, if Mark Zuckerberg got into like an accident, like if he was giving like a public speech, or I don't know why he would be giving a public speech, but like something happened and something blew up and like half of his face came off and you could see like it was like Terminator.
I was gonna
and,
say
like,
Terminator,
Like
yeah.
half of his face is metal.
He turns
Everyone-
around, it's just a red laser.
Yeah, and like everyone would be like, oh no shit. Like okay, that makes sense. That would make more sense rather than him just being a human.
Yeah.
I did like him in The Social Network though.
What?
He was really good in that movie.
Mark Zuckerberg?
Yeah.
I thought that was another guy. What's the
No,
actor's name?
The guy that made Facebook. Mark Zuckerberg.
No, the guy who played Mark Zuckerberg. What's his name?
I don't know what you're talking about. I was gonna say Jesse Ventura. I don't know why I've been talking about him.
Jesse Ventura. You mentioned him a couple of times in the last
Just
week.
recently.
Yeah.
I didn't even like see him come up. The light went out.
I thought that one's gonna go out. That one might go out too.
All of our lights go out.
Sick, man.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Oh.
He's the one that plays fucking Lord. He's Ghetto Bird. Fucking chopper crash while we're recording. Just like you just see it. Well, I guess there's no real.
No, we'd know though.
Yeah. There's really nothing beyond here, but it's still pretty cool here. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Jesse Ventura.
Jesse Ventura. Jesse Ventura. I
You were gonna mention something earlier about your coworker.
no. I made an enemy.
Oh,
at work.
that's right. Sorry. I just assumed it was a coworker.
Yeah, I know. Pretty safe bet. But there's a guy. He just. I don't know if he's been in there before. But he's. Oh, I was freaking out right now for a second.
That was a ghost.
I thought it was a hand coming up, like in The Grudge,
Yeah.
like where I'm shaving my bush, and then
And it comes out of the
that-
bush.
yeah, the hand goes like that, and cups my balls. I'm like, oh fuck. Like I'm washing my pubes. Like it's like a guy who it's like The Grudge, like the girl's going like that, and the hand comes out. She's like, but then it's like a guy who moves in. He's like, I think I'm really gonna like this place, and he's completely hairless except for a massive bush, and he's washing his bush. And he's like, oh you fucking bitch. She's like,
It sounds like something out of one of the scary movie like
It
franchise.
sounds like a scary movie, like porn crossover. It was hot. Anyway, oh,
Oh, it's a baby.
that's a possum, boy.
I got stuck on the branch right now.
Dumbass possum. Anyway, so there's this guy who started coming in. I don't know if he's been in there before. He never really made. If he has, he never like made any sort of impact on me. But he came in, I think maybe last week, and I think he just got like a couple things, and he, oh, I remember. Actually, he came in, yeah, it was maybe like last week. He came in, and he was on the phone, which immediately, if someone's on the phone and not like interacting with you at all, like if you're cashiering, if you're cashiering, and like it's different if someone's on the phone, like even if you go to a store and you're on the phone with someone and you go to the cashier, you still interact with them. Like you'll be like, hold on, oh yeah, here, whatever you're
Right.
doing. Like usually it's just out of courtesy,
Right.
like just to at least acknowledge it and be like, oh hey, how are you doing, and then stay on your phone, whatever, be like, okay, thank you, whatever. This guy didn't do that. He was like some older. He's tall, thin, like darker. I don't know, fucking maybe Hispanic or fucking I don't know, man. He's just I don't know. A weird dude, okay? He was
Alright,
a weird
alright,
dude.
Jesus
Get off my
Christ.
back, all right? So he comes in, and he's on the phone, and he's like, yeah, well, I like thin women. Fuck. And he's just buying a 6-pack, like IPAs. And he puts it on the thing, and he's like, and like a couple other things. And he's like, yeah, I like thin women. And he's like, yeah, how old are you? I do the thing, and I'm like, are you paying cash or card? And he goes, whoa. Like, which either means she was like way older or way younger than he thought. And it was just a weird thing because he was like completely like fucked me off, and then was obviously having a like weird conversation with it sounded like a girl. It sounded like he was talking to a girl that he was like trying to like get at
Right.
or something. But it was just weird, and I was like, okay, what a jerk, like just an actual jerk.
Yeah.
Just like talking to some chick, and he's like, yeah, well, I don't like fat chicks. Like it was like that kind of like energy of just fucking being. And I forgot what he said. It sounded like he started arguing after he started walking away. But I was like, okay, whatever. This guy just seems like a prick. Whatever.
Right.
And then he came in today, and I was cashiering, and he came up and he put just a 6-pack of the IPAs down again. And he was standing and he was just staring at me, and I was like, fuck. And I grabbed the 6-pack, I scanned it, and I was like, I asked, I think if he was paying cash or card or something. And I scanned it, and I was like, I gave him his total, and I sneezed, and I was wearing my mask. And I sneezed away from him, and like away from everything.
Right.
And into my elbow.
Right.
But also, if anyone's heard me ever sneeze, it's not like nothing comes out.
Yeah, it's not an outward sneeze.
Yeah, it's like if one of these days my head might combust because of how I actually sneeze.
Right.
So, yeah, my sneezes are really like just small little sneezes.
Right.
I just go like, and that's it. So, I felt it coming on. I gave him his total, and I turned and I went, and I sneezed. And like I said, I had my mask on. I fucking dabbed it into my elbow, turned away from him, and I turned back and I looked at him and he goes, really? And I'm like, and I went, what? And he's like, you really just coughed? And I was like, I didn't cough. And he's like, you just coughed. You're really just gonna cough like that? And I was like, I didn't cough. I was like, I sneezed away. I didn't cough or anything. And he's like, and I'm like, whatever,
Oh my
this fucking
God.
jerk off. And I got the receipt and I was like, here, have a good day. And he goes, yeah,
Sick,
like
man.
fucking the next thing he could have done is like, hand this to me. It's like the next thing it could have been,
Yeah.
just like fuck you, like you're trash, like don't, like that's the word, that's the next lowest thing he could have done is
Yeah.
taken it and been like,
Right.
just fucking
Right.
threw it back in my face. So I was like, I'm waiting for you motherfucker bitch ass to come back and like grab the 6-pack and like I'm like, you know what? I haven't had any screw ups. I've had like maybe one, not even like a complaint. I remember there was one time someone was kind of upset. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was just one of those things where I was just like scanning through people like
Right,
super
right, right.
fast. So I wasn't really paying attention. And someone complained, and as they were leaving, my DM was there, and she went like, as she left, I saw them in like the entryway, and I saw her talking to him and like just bitching, and he was like nodding, like, you know,
Right.
very politely gesturing, and I was like, fuck, of all things, of course this bitch went out and talked to my fucking DM like directly.
Right.
And then like a few minutes passed and he came in and he was like just doing something, so
Yeah.
he just walked past me and went to the office, grabbed his stuff. He's like, all right, see you later, Greg, and he took off. And I was like,
Cool.
he's probably, because it was something stupid. I remember it
Yeah.
was something stupid, so he probably heard it and he's like, I'm not even gonna talk to him about
Yeah.
that because that's fucking retarded, and like you're just wasting everyone's time. But now I have a new enemy, and I feel like maybe I should get his little 6-pack, and then when I scan it and just be like, oops, and fucking let it pop on the floor. He's like, oh, I'm so sorry, man. So fucking sorry, man.
This
So
never happens, I swear.
yeah. Oh my god. I don't know why you had to make it like
I
that.
don't know. That's pretty cool though, man. I'm glad you've gotten to like mortal enemy territory at work.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. I think it's just like other people who are just annoying me
Yeah.
that I try to avoid. But
It's trippy because like at my job, everyone's super overly nice, and everyone's like, yeah, no, you'll get to know everyone. Everyone's super cool. Ask anybody, they'll help you. And the other day, someone walked up to me and goes, "See that guy right there on the forklift? Watch out for the guy. That's Lamb." I go, "What?" He goes, "He's a fucking snitch. And he fucking likes to take pictures of other people while they're working if they're doing something wrong and show them to the manager of the facility." He go, the guy that was training, he goes, "Fuck that guy. That guy fucking sucks. He's the only one here that doesn't like
mind his own.
yeah,
business.
yeah, exactly. Even like one of like the people that like checks everything before they actually go out is like, yeah, no, everyone's here as long as you mind your own business. That's all you have to do is just mind your own business and everything's fine." And she even pointed out, she goes, "That guy's gonna try to look at anything wrong that you do and try to point it out to somebody of seniority here." And I'm like, that's the third, fourth person I've heard say that, so I'm gonna look out for him. Yeah.
It says like everyone's pretty cool here, but like that guy is a fucking asshole.
Yeah.
Like,
It didn't help that 2 times during my training, he walked up to me and goes, "What's your name?" I'm like, Noel.
You're like, get your fucking face out of my face, for starters, man. That's what my fucking name is, right?
I go, "Noel." He goes, and he drives away on his little forklift.
Noel.
Yeah. I don't like this guy. I went to go wash my car today.
Oh yeah. How'd that go?
It was really nice. I like every time I go to wash my car, I enjoy the entire process of it. It's like it's a long process because I like to detail my car, but it's one of those things where I'm like, that was super fucking cool. I love washing my car, making it look nice.
It's just like that kind of it's like therapeutic, just kind of cleaning in general.
Yeah.
Just especially when it's something that's like yours or like your own space.
Yeah.
Because like nothing beats it. And then the thing is, it also gets into like, because if you're just recently I washed my car and I looked like shit already. Also doesn't help that I drive like up like on a freeway that's just all like dirt and
You're telling
desert
me,
and
man.
shit. Yeah. So I just like when I washed it, I washed it pretty well and I dried it, but it was just kind of like a simple wash.
Right.
And then in the inside I just threw out the trash. I was like, whatever. Last time I washed it is when I actually like went into my car and I vacuumed it and I cleaned it and did everything. And I remember it was like 90 degrees. I was like,
That's how it was for me today. Like I shampooed my car rugs. Yeah.
whoa.
I pulled them out and I bought a scrubbing agent where you just foam it up and you just scrub it out. And that's why I was out. Or I don't think I was outside when you had got here, but I was outside for a long time just scrubbing away at my rugs.
When I walked in, you were inside with a little towel wrapped around your neck and nothing else on. Your huge dick was bumping Lily on the head, and you're like, "Oh hey, I didn't know you were gonna be home so early." And I was like,
Guess I lost track of time.
"What are you doing, Noel?"
Pizzas. Come and work on these kids.
If you just get both pizzas and you're like, oops. And then you're like, Greg? Sorry, I was just,
had a lot to think about today.
I was just daydreaming.
Oh man.
It's good, man.
I'm
glad you washed your car, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy about it too. And then next week I'm gonna try to get the fans fixed once I get paid again.
Nice. If you could be in like a big vat of something, what would you choose?
I feel like Jello is the way to go.
Come the fuck on, dude.
What do
That's
you
like the
mean?
perfect answer.
Yeah, I know.
I was agreeing with you. I know you're tripping.
Oh, I don't know. You sound very mad about me picking the perfect answer. What would you put? What would you want a vat
Jell-O.
of? Jello, right? It's the go-to with the whipped cream.
Like, it's just things I think about. You know, like what would is it Jello? Why Jello? Why not like? Because I also thought about like, is flan the same thing?
I don't think so. I think it's because it's dairy based. Is flan dairy based? Wait. I feel like flan has dairy in it.
I feel like it does too.
I feel like that
My
affects...
flan knowledge is very limited. The effects of the milk will...
No, yeah, it affects like the vat situation. You wouldn't want a vat of a
Milk?
dairy product.
Okay, well, that's true. But then, okay, what about... Okay, that's the thing. It's like, what about quicksand?
A vat of quicksand?
Ever think about that? What if you
I don't.
What okay, what if you had to choose, like...
Between Jello and quicksand?
No.
Oh, it's the easy answer, yeah. Quicksand.
You know what I want to try when everything starts opening back up?
What's up?
You know what? It's just because I just found out about something. It's called, I forgot what it's called, but I forgot. I think it's called breaking or beating the buffet.
Okay.
I think it's called beating the buffet.
Okay.
Which is where a buffet essentially has an idea, like a rough estimate of how much, like if it's obviously a lot of buffets are all you can eat buffets,
Right.
whatever.
Is it basically getting them to go, I think you've had enough?
Yeah.
Okay.
But the thing is, every buffet has a budget, so to speak, like a plate budget.
Right.
So they estimate like how much a person is supposed to eat before where it is where they break even.
Right.
So it's like
Where
usually people
it starts to tilt.
Yeah. So usually people will only eat 2-3 plates maybe.
Right.
Where their budget is like 7 plates.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is, I just saw a video about it because a guy who's like been stopped at buffets where they're like, you need to fucking not eat here anymore.
Right.
And he's like, he literally says all you can eat.
There's a Simpsons episode about that.
Yeah.
Where he sues the place for
Yeah,
advertising all you can eat.
They throw him at the fish place.
Yeah, yeah.
Or the seafood place. Yeah, that's the thing. It's there's an like a plate budget, so to speak.
Right.
And there are certain things that are obviously way more expensive and that affect the business way more compared to like things like beans or rice or stupid shit like that for whatever reason people were like, I'm gonna go to this, I'm gonna pay $15 to $30
Right.
on a buffet and I'm gonna go get rice and macaroni and fucking bread. What the fuck? Why would you go to, that makes me so mad. Going
Especially
to a
when you
buffet,
go to like we went to that really nice seafood buffet and people were picking out of the American counter. They had hamburgers and pizza.
yeah, you're like, dude, you can fucking find pizza in a dumpster, bro. There's like king crab legs and jumbo shrimp and this and that, and people are like, I'm gonna get fucking chow mein. You go fuck yourself with your chow mein, man. Like that's the thing one of my favorite places to go is Golden Corral.
Right.
Because it's not too high end, but it's not as shitty as Hometown Buffet. It's right in the middle, like right where I am as a person. And I go there, and I'm like, okay, I'm getting like steak, pork chops, gold flakes, fucking just like anything like meat. I'm getting, well, that's the thing. I'm not like a vegetarian or vegan because I'm not an idiot. And I go straight to like meat and like things that I wouldn't want to like make at home or that you could get like it would be expensive. Like I'd get like an amount like that would be at like a Mexican restaurant or whatever of meat that would be maybe $10 or $12 somewhere else. That's my first thing I eat because I'm not wasting my time on anything else. And then I'm standing in line, I'm looking around, and I see people with plates of mashed potatoes, rice, beans. And I'm like, you're a fucking loser. You don't even know how to eat at a buffet. How are you gonna get through life? Eat at a buffet. Usually,
it makes me happy that those are the things that make you mad, though.
There's
It's a little
things that don't even affect me.
Oh man.
Everything makes me mad. But It's just I just don't understand why anyone would like it's like mashed potatoes at the thing is I get getting mashed potatoes at certain places because everyone loves mashed potatoes. No one hates mashed potatoes. If you hate mashed potatoes, why? It's literally like if you eat mashed potatoes with nothing in it, first of all, if you put nothing in mashed potatoes, it's just potato.
You might as well eat the whole potato.
It's just a boiled potato, which is basically like a flavorless apple.
Do people eat just regular like straight potato, like
There's
mashed
a diet.
potato?
There's a diet for that. Well, I mean, not just like
Well,
mashed potato.
You're talking about just the boiled potato, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know that one. But like, is there someone that goes to like you said, a buffet, and gets mashed potatoes by themselves, and just eats that?
Well, to make mashed potatoes, usually it's seasoned,
Okay.
but people put gravy and a bunch of stupid shit on top. But like that's the thing. Like even with gravy on top, it's just like I get it. Like I said, if you go, like some people will swear by it, whether it's fast food places or like a restaurant.
Right.
I don't really eat at like Outback or anything like that, but places that maybe serve like steak and potatoes.
Right.
Where it's like, yeah, okay, I get it. The fucking mashed potatoes here are super, super bomb. Then yeah, I get it. You're gonna go and have that one plate anyway. So why not get those mashed potatoes?
Right.
Swear by it. Or people go to like let's say Church's Chicken or KFC or wherever else has mashed potatoes, gravy. Sure, I get it. But you're going to a buffet that is literally there's like a person just standing there carving slabs of steak, and there's like a bunch of like Mexican food that has like pork and beef and chicken and like just different stuff like pork chops, and then there's like a tray of just like chicken livers. Count me the fuck in. I'm just like dumping that shit on whatever I can't normally get a full plate of.
Yeah.
For like for my first plate is like some sort of like Mexican like chile verde.
Yeah.
Fried chicken, steak. That's like $20 of food already.
Yeah,
like at a
that's
restaurant.
paying for your entry. That's it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, okay, I've made my money already, and then that's when I go and I'm like, meatloaf, more fried chicken, chicken livers.
Do you eat desserts at buffets?
Yeah.
People don't eat the desserts at buffets. They'll just go for the meats and like all that shit, and that's it.
At Golden Corral, they have a chocolate fountain, and I'll get things that aren't dessert. The chocolate fountain. Because,
drumsticks?
Yes, fried chicken, fucking chocolate covered fried chicken, bitch. Throw that shit in chicken livers, boom. And then there's kids terrified waiting in line with their little.
Because you're just dumping chicken livers.
Their Rice Krispies and they're shivering and they're like. And now when they put their Rice Krispie in the
little
fountain,
hearts falling on it.
there's like pieces of meat like circulating back around. It's disgusting. And I'm in there like a fucking mad king, just covering my face in chicken livers and
chicken livers.
I don't know. I'm so fixated on chicken livers.
You like chicken? Or I don't know if you like chicken liver. I don't think I've ever seen you eat chicken livers.
Chicken livers. You know what it tastes like? Liver.
Yeah.
Like any liver.
Shocking.
But chicken livers actually aren't even that expensive. It's just feeling powerful. Can't put a price on that.
I guess.
But like the steak carving, you have to stand in line for like 5 minutes. But that's perfect because the thing is, you sit down.
It weeds out the weak.
Like someone's standing in line and they're like,
yeah,
collapse,
scoot them out of the way.
They have like a Golden Corral crew that comes through and just like.
They're the Golden Corral, and they have the.
They throw them
they shove them in, yeah.
Throw them in the back, cook them, and carve them, and serve them to the stronger ones.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool. But yeah, it's like the thing is, normally the only moving around you do is like walking to all the food.
Yeah.
So, you're standing in line, do squats. Jog in place.
Dude, what do they call it? What, hummingbirds?
Hummingbirds. Yeah, where it's just like bare. Like you're actually like in slow time. Like if it's slowed down.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing, but it's so fast. Watch. That's how fast.
Sick, man.
But yeah, I'll go. I'm like, oh, I'm starting to get full. And I'll go to the steak counter, and there's like 10 people deep, and I'm like, now's the perfect time to go because I can't eat right now. But if I sit here, the longer I sit here, the more I'm gonna my mind, my weak mind, is gonna tell my weak body, you're full, man. And you know what? Or
I was like, where are you going with this, man?
one of them was not weak. My weak block. So I stand in line and I'll do squats. I'll do stuff. I'll do karate. Anything to just burn calories while I'm there. And I get to the front. Steak. Let me on their fattest steak.
2.
Yeah, let
Put
me
them
just
on top of the potatoes.
like you know they usually have the piece of meat and then they're slicing it off.
Yeah.
They'll slice. I'm like, you can just slice off like a thin piece. They slice it off and I take the rest of it. And I sit at my little booth for 45 minutes just gnawing at it like a caveman.
Growling at people that pass through the restroom.
Yeah.
I don't know. We always
That's-
get set by the restrooms.
That really?
Every time we go to the buffet.
Oh, we know we don't.
Yeah, we do.
At that Golden Corral in
At
Downey?
that golden, no, not the Downey one. The one in
Because I know where the
the
bathrooms are.
one
in
by
Downey.
the.
Like,
I've never been to the one in Downey with you. I've only been to the one right off the 60.
Oh really?
Yeah,
I
I've
go-
been to the one by the 60 twice with you.
Oh okay.
And both times we got set on the side next to the restroom. And
Oh,
we went
yeah.
to Zen Buffet, sat next to the restroom.
Oh yeah.
When we went to
I wanna go back to Zen
when we
Buffet.
went to the seafood one, right in the back corner by the restroom.
Oh, yeah.
Every time.
It's weird. But also, that's a power move.
I
You
guess.
go,
I don't
you go take a
mind.
shit.
Yeah, that's what
while
I'm
you're
saying.
like- that's the thing. Like they have all these people who are like swapping out the food. They're all looking at
That's-
everyone, and you're like, cover me. And you go and we put our little Noel stand in, the little dummy that
Yeah.
just sits there, and then you go take a shit, clear everything out.
See what I do? Fill out my plate, eat like 2 or 3 plates, put them aside, go, I'll be back. I'm gonna take a shit. I get up, I take a shit, and then at the seafood one, I know for a fact, right when you leave the restroom, dessert counter.
I thought you were gonna say, you're like you eat 2 or 3 plates, and you're like, I'll be back. I'm gonna go take a nap. And you go to the car, and you're just like sweating because it's like 90 degrees outside. You're
Shit all over my seat.
You go outside, pass out from dehydration and like heat stroke, and you shit yourself, and come back in. You're like, Daddy's hungry. Oh my god.
Another drink coming.
It's good. I really like this Fever Tree sparkling pink grapefruit.
Nice.
I really do. I got the elderflower one, the Fever Tree elderflower, and
Yeah.
it was really, really good. I've just like now anytime because before I used to just drink, I don't know, anything. Like someone could be like, oh, I spilled my drink on my lap. I'm like sucking the fucking liquor out of your. Anyway, I don't know. I've just been drinking just gin and tonics, and like the Fever Tree tonic waters are really good, and I wanted to try the pink grapefruit one because I figure their regular tonic water is probably going to be pretty good, but it's just tonic water. And I started with the elderflower one, and it was really good. And the pink grapefruit, pretty dang good.
They have other flavors too, huh?
Yeah, when I went to Total Wine,
Yeah.
they have like the whole just like mixer section, and they actually sell these individually, which is cool. That's how I got the
At
elderflower one. Total Wine.
Total Wine? No
Mhm.
shit.
Yeah. They sell like the 4-packs, because that's what I got today. 4-pack. Yeah, they sell 4-packs and then they sell individual bottles.
Right.
And I just saw the elderflower one and I wanted to try it, and it was really good. And now I'm trying. So it was like the first impression for Fever Tree. Top. And then now I tried the pink grapefruit one, especially with the Hendrix, like the one with quinine.
Oh, it's the quinine one you're using?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Orbium.
I thought it was the other one? The summer
Midsummer-
solstice?
Yeah, midsummer solstice. That one I'm already almost out. I
Oh.
need to buy another bottle of that one. No, the thing is, the quinine, the Orbium one,
Right.
it was too much with regular tonic water because the Orbium has quinine in it.
Right.
So that's what makes it taste like tonic water. So then when you add regular tonic to it, it just tastes like
It overpowers the gin.
it doesn't taste like gin anymore. It just tastes like fucking quinine. So
Right.
it just tastes like you're drinking like double tonic. It's just weird tasting. It didn't taste that great.
Hence the grapefruit flavor.
Yeah, so I got grapefruit to kind of add more flavor to it, and it tastes like gin and grapefruit with like more with just that like tonic aftertaste.
Yeah.
So it kind of balanced out. And I was like, hey, that's pretty good. What am I, I'm a freaking bartender now? Anyway, yeah, it's pretty good. And I'm pretty into that. Do you think cam girls have gotten more attention since everything's been quarantined?
Oh yeah. You know how easy it is to be a cam girl? You know how you need to be a cam girl? A fucking laptop. That's it.
Yeah. I had a while back, I had a conversation, I think with Oscar and Jasmine.
Right.
And I told him about, it was, I think we're, like, three of us were talking about, like, sex and, like, kind of, I guess, like, sexual preference of things that you like to do, or
Okay.
things that you enjoy. And I brought up, cam girls and how I would watch cam girl. Like, there's, like, I don't remember the name of the website now. I think it's, like, live cams or some shit like that.
They're not very creative on names. You could probably guess one and have it right.
So it was like a free website. You go and like when you go to the website, it just shows pictures, like sort of like thumbnails
Okay.
of like lists of different girls.
Right.
And it's just whoever it is, and it shows like their name and their picture and I don't know, maybe their age or something. You click on it, and if they're live, like if they're cam girling, then it'll go to their like feed, like to their stream.
Right.
And I loved doing that. I loved watching it, and I was trying to explain it to them because they're like, "Oh, of course you did." Like, you go to watch like these girls be naked on camera.
Right.
But most of the time, it wasn't that. A lot of the times, when you go, because the thing is, when you go to like at least the website I went to, it's like the girls. If someone's like, they'll do private shows where someone will pay whatever amount,
Right.
and they'll be like, "Okay, well, we'll come back. I'm gonna do a private show for this person." They get invited to like a private chat thing,
Right.
I guess. And then they come back. So a lot of the times it's free to like look at, and you go to these different things, but people will donate money to essentially have the girls like do something. So each girl kind of determines how much money you donate,
Right,
and they
right,
can do
right.
whatever.
Right.
But for a lot of them, they're kind of waiting on people to kind of come and join their chat before they start doing anything.
Right.
So for the most part, when I would go through it, I would, that like why I became kind of like so obsessed with it was because I would go to it and watch essentially just people sitting, like these girls just sitting in front of their computers.
Right.
And they're just kind of like you go into it and you're looking through their through their webcam.
Right.
And they're just sitting in front of their laptop, but they're not doing anything like provocative. They're not doing anything like crazy, and sometimes they're talking, like they're chatting with people, but there's like this weird like voyeurism to it that's not sexual, but it is. I mean, it's obviously sexual, but what I got from it wasn't sexual, but there was this voyeuristic like attraction to it.
Yeah.
We're just watching people without them looking at you.
Right. Right. Right.
And that was the thing. Like I'd go to I'd go to one, and it'd be a girl with like her legs up, and she's like, "Oh my God, donate $10 more! Oh my God!" And then I'm like, whatever. And this is boring. And I'd go to another one, and it's like a girl who's like sitting in her room, and she's like listening to music and just kind of like clicking on things, or she's on her phone, and that was more interesting to me.
Right.
For whatever reason, like it was just this, like it felt like this weird voyeur website, as opposed to what what I guess what it's intended for,
Right.
which is people going there for like.
Did you ever watch any of like CCTV footage, like
No.
live CCTV footage?
I used to watch.
I think that's creepier, and I might be shooting myself in the foot for saying that because I used to watch those. I used to go on websites that were live CCTV footage of like whatever place, and it would be just a stationary camera pointed at like a hallway, or pointed at like out a window into like the streets of like Paris or some shit.
Los Santos.
Yeah, well, it's like it was shit like that, and I guess I had the same like thing, in a sense of just looking at other environments at different points of the day around the world. So I would go onto a website that was like an aquarium in Australia, and they had like it wasn't in the aquarium. It was always a camera out front of the aquarium pointing at the entryway, and it would just be people walking by, and I don't know why, but I would sit there and watch those for sliding through like the feeds of different cameras, obviously, but just I would just go through them and like watch videos of people going through their day in other parts of the world.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't like I went to one girl,
Right.
and just stayed and was like, oh, she's hot. It didn't have anything to do with a girl being attractive, or what I thought was attractive, or this or that. Like I said, I made a joke, but it was really like, anytime I went to one of these chats and I saw a girl doing something really sexual, it was like, okay, whatever.
Right.
Like, I could just watch porn.
Right.
I'm not here to jerk off, okay? I'm not here to. You can't really say that. You can't really say that like in most places.
Yeah.
Don't worry, I'm not here to jerk off. And they're like, okay. Anyway.
You should say that more in public.
I should say that to that guy next time he tries to buy a
Don't worry, I'm not here to jerk off.
You're lucky I'm not jerking off. If I was jerking off here, you know. And he's like,
You come all over the plastic screen that blocks you from him.
or barrel through it.
Yeah, cool.
But yeah, it was like, I don't know exactly how to put it. It's just more that like there was just something about that kind of voyeuristic
Right.
tendency, and like I said, it was the same way that I wouldn't stick to one person. It was more just that I was interested in seeing people, and for whatever reason, like watching people without them knowing.
Right.
Although they weren't, obviously they knew, like they were.
Right.
It wasn't like
That's why I said mine was a little more creepier, just because it was obviously like no one knew that they were like a
being
live
watched
stream.
by anyone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And it was always like a website that went straight to the camera. It was like those older websites where it was just like a colored background and a window in the middle. And that's it.
Oh.
It was weird.
One of those the websites our forefathers used.
I guess so, yeah.
With those 3 W's in the beginning.
Nobody even puts HTTP anymore.
I know.
What the fuck's up with that?
HTTP rules, dude. So what is it? I think it's wrong.
It might be right, actually.
No, it's HTML.
Oh, that's right.
HTML rules, dude.
What does HTML stand for?
I don't fucking Hotmail.
I guess.
But yeah, I don't know what it was. But I was like, I told them about it, and at first they were kind of like, oh, that's fun. Like, oh, okay, you watch camgirls.
Right.
But then describing it, because I know someone who I talked to about this. I don't remember if I asked them like what kind of porn they watch. I think that's what it was. It's like, what kind of porn do you watch? And they told me that they don't watch. Most of the time, they don't watch porn.
Right.
They watch camgirls instead.
Okay.
And it was because of the fact that it's like the thing is with like watching certain porn stars, it's kind of hard to suspend disbelief.
Right.
Because you're like, I just saw you getting jackhammer fucked by like some like 4 black dudes.
Right.
And now you're supposed to be like someone's fucking, I don't know. So it's like, I get that. Where it's like if you're you watch it and you're like, you're just a porn star.
Right.
And but with cam girls, you're like looking at them and thinking you're a real person.
Right.
And you're not doing this. You're like everything you. It's just different. There's just this complete difference. So that's what they liked to watch, and that was their like the way anyone else might watch porn.
Right.
And any time that I've watched cam girls, it wasn't about like anything sexual, but there was this weird like desire to keep doing it,
Right.
to keep watching them. And like I have no problem saying if I did like watch them, like, oh, this is fucking getting hot.
Right.
I wouldn't have any problem saying that, but I genuinely never watched anything and felt anything like that. It was more like anytime, like I said, anytime I'd see a girl like doing something, it was kind of like that's not what it was there for.
Right. Right. Right.
It's which is also a weird thing. Like, hey, put your shirt back on.
You don't need to do that.
This is a fucking cam girl chat. Like, you don't need to do that. Hey, I can say.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah. But yeah, it wasn't necessarily like that. It was, for whatever reason. I also kind of had the same. I have the same kind of thing. Like if I'm driving around at night.
Right.
Or I used to go when I lived in Whittier. I used to go around for walks.
Right.
And I wouldn't I wouldn't preface this. I wouldn't look into people's houses. Which is already bad.
I don't know, man. It sounds like you definitely do look into people's
That
houses.
definitely sounds like something a fucking house looker interviewer would say.
Yeah, I know.
Um,
Cam girls are cool watching them, but like, have you ever done that in real
have
life?
you ever looked into someone's fucking house, bro?
Sorry, continue.
Like, that's yeah. I know it's kind of a bad way to preface it, but I also don't want to say this. In a certain part of Whittier, people leave everything open.
Yeah, sick.
No, it's I used to like if I would go to like the bar in Uptown, the 6740. What?
Yeah, cool.
My favorite bar. So I used to go there and I'd drink and then I'd go for a walk. I'd go like smoke cigarettes or if I used to take acid, I'd be out like at night. And there's really nice houses in so like past Uptown Whittier, and for whatever reason, like at certain, I mean just like getting into the evenings, I think it was kind of like fallish,
Yeah.
or spring, like it was kind of one of those off times where it could be hot or cold. I would just be walking around and kind of like looking at all the houses, and either I was fucking tripping, or I was just like drunk and kind of like reflecting and thinking. And as I was, what?
You just picture you in your trench coat, like standing at the sidewalk looking up at someone's window and them seeing you and like thinking of horror movies, and that's about it.
Yeah, I did used to wear my trench coat all the time, but I didn't help. That was just my go-to.
I know.
But I'd walk around and just kind of be like on my own, just thinking, listening to music or whatever. And a lot of the houses that were in the area, for whatever reason, had everything like they would have their lights on,
Right.
and everything open. So their curtains were all open into like living rooms. The front door would be open with like the screen. They'd have all their lights on, and for whatever reason, I would never see people. I would just be walking by a house, look over, because especially too, because it's usually nighttime. Not to say I didn't do that during the day, because I didn't day drink also. So, but especially like at night, I would go and see like different houses, and I'd just be walking past them and look into them, and it's just strange looking into someone's home.
Right.
Even though it's like I'm like still on the sidewalk. I'm just passing by, like looking.
You're
But
not.
Yeah, I'm not going up and being like, I was just in the neighborhood, bro. I was just passing by. Like, reek of alcohol. My pupils are dilating. It was really just about walking by and getting this kind of like sense of people, like kind of just being like you're in your own home all the time and you kind of don't think about it. So then now you're seeing into someone else's home and into someone else's life.
Yeah.
And it's a really weird feeling to do that and just kind of look and like actively in a way like do that.
Right.
And kind of look into someone's home.
Right.
And look into their entire life. And it's just strange. But like that, I know that's where that kind of like voyeuristic kind of tendency started. And voyeurism is usually associated with like sex and like people standing in the bush and jerking off in my trench coat. I was not jerking off in my trench coat.
You were just in your boxers though.
Yeah, I was just I'm being arrested. I was just in my boxers.
I can't afford pants.
Yeah, I had to buy the sweet trench coat.
Complex. That is a sweet trench coat.
That is a fucking epic trench coat, dude. You're super going to jail, but that is a cool trench coat. But yeah, that's kind of where that started. Just seeing people's like lives in a way.
Right.
Without like I didn't try to get near anyone's house. I wasn't like stopping and staring. It was just as you're walking by people, or like even if you drive like through a neighborhood and you look at houses, even outside of their house, but then you see someone's light on inside and you look in and you're like, that's fucking crazy that someone's just like existing within their own world and they don't know that you're looking just for that second.
Right.
And that's what it felt like with that, like going to these like cam girl websites. It was kind of like that, and it was like I didn't get what I should have gotten from it. Like I didn't look at it and be like, it's fucking hot, and just
Hell
like
yeah.
jerk off to like this.
You were
hot
like,
girls.
I can save you.
Yeah.
Shh. No more.
Put your titties away. Yeah, it's strange. Do you wanna? I don't know. Do you want to go look into people's houses right now?
Let's do it, man. I'm super into that.